I want you to stop scrolling for the next few minutes, because I think you already know why you clicked on this video. It's that feeling, the one you don't say out loud, the feeling of being behind in life, behind everyone else. You open your phone. A friend just got married. Someone your age got promoted. A stranger online is already successful, already traveling, already there. And a thought creeps in, quiet but heavy. Everyone else is moving forward, and I'm standing still. If you felt that even once, I need you to stay with me until the end of this video. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't just comfort, it's the truth. And by the end, you're going to see your own life completely differently. Let's start here. That timeline you're comparing yourself to, it doesn't exist. It was never real. It was built out of other people's highlight reels, their best moments, their good days filtered and posted. You are comparing your whole complicated life, every doubt, every hard morning, every setback you know about because you live it, to someone else's 2-second moment, their best angle. That is not a fair comparison. It was never supposed to be one. Let's slow down here. Think about this carefully. Almost everything that made you feel behind today was outside your control to begin with. You didn't choose when opportunities would come your way. You didn't choose the family you were born into. You didn't choose the economy, the timing, the health, the circumstances that shaped your starting point. So what can you actually control? Just this. Your effort today. Your reaction when things go wrong. Whether you keep showing up even when nothing seems to be working. That's it. That's all that was ever really yours to control. And here's something important. The idea of being behind assumes there's one correct order to a life. Get educated by this age. Get the career by this age. Get married, buy a home, have it all figured out. All by some invisible deadline someone else decided on. But no one is actually following that timeline. Not the people you envy, not the people who look like they have it all together. Everyone is quietly figuring it out, behind closed doors, while showing the world a smoothed-over version. Some people build slowly their entire life. Some people feel completely lost in their 20s and find themselves in their 30s. Some people don't discover their real path until 40, 50, even 60. And go on to build the most meaningful chapter of their life. There is no universal clock. There is only your path, moving at the only pace it was ever going to move at, which is your pace. Now let's talk about why this feeling keeps coming back. Even when you understand all of this logically, comparison isn't something you consciously choose to do. It happens automatically, quietly, in the background of your mind. Almost every time you're exposed to someone else's life. It happens on social media, at family gatherings, in casual conversations with old classmates you haven't seen in years. And here's the real problem. Your mind compares your current struggle to someone else's current success. It quietly ignores everything that came before. Their failures they never posted about, their bad years, their doubts. You only ever see the polished, finished version. The people who look ahead of you are not living a different kind of life than you. They are living the same kind of life, uncertain, uneven, full of quiet, struggles you simply cannot see from where you're standing. The only real difference is this. You are close enough to your own life to see every rough edge, and far enough from theirs to only see the surface. Take a moment here and really think about this. If you sat down privately with someone you admire, someone who seems to have life figured out, and asked them what the last 5 years genuinely felt like on the inside, you would almost certainly hear about doubt, about nights they questioned everything, about choices they still regret, about timing that felt completely wrong, for a long time until it somehow eventually made sense. Success from a distance always looks smoother than it actually felt while it was happening. That's not the exception.
That is the rule for almost everyone.
There's another layer to this, worth sitting with for a second. Sometimes what feels like being behind is actually just being early for something you haven't discovered yet. So many people who eventually built something meaningful spent years that looked from the outside like wasted time. Time spent in jobs that didn't fit. Time spent studying things they later walked away from. Time spent simply surviving without any clear direction at all. And later, all of that seemingly wasted time became the exact foundation for what came next. Nothing was actually wasted. It just hadn't revealed its purpose yet. So let's talk about what actually helps in the moments this feeling shows up. The first thing, choose your own definition of progress. Not the one built from other people's milestones, one built from your actual values. Maybe your version of progress isn't a promotion. Maybe it's finally becoming someone who doesn't abandon their goals the moment things get hard. Maybe it's healing a pattern that's followed you for years. Maybe it's simply becoming someone more at peace than you were a year ago. None of that shows up on a resume, and none of it is any less real. Take a moment right now and actually think about what your version of progress looks like. Not your family's version, not your old classmates' version, not the version social media quietly convinced you to want. Yours. Because once you know what you're actually building toward, comparison starts to lose its grip. You're no longer measuring yourself against a goal you never really wanted in the first place. The second thing, understand that small, consistent effort compounds in ways that are invisible in the moment. You won't feel the difference between day one and day two of building a new habit, a new skill, a new version of yourself. But you will absolutely feel the difference between day one and day 1,000. The frustrating part of growth is that it hides from you while it's happening, and only reveals itself much later, all at once, when you look back and realize just how far you've actually come. This is why so many people quit right before things were about to shift. Not because they were on the wrong path, but because the path gave them no visible proof they were moving, right up until the point they were about to see real results. Growth is quiet, and it asks for patience precisely at the moment patience feels hardest to give. The third thing, and maybe the hardest one, learn to sit with uncertainty without needing to resolve it immediately. Not knowing exactly where your life is headed does not mean you are failing. It means you are human, living an actual, real life, instead of following a script. Certainty was never guaranteed to anyone, no matter how composed they look on the outside. There's a strange kind of freedom in accepting this. Once you stop demanding certainty from a life that was never going to give it to you, you stop wasting energy fighting a battle you can't win, and you can finally put that energy into the one thing that actually moves you forward, which is simply continuing. Here's a picture that might help you hold on to all of this. Imagine two people walking through a forest on completely different paths, at completely different speeds, through completely different terrain. One person cannot look at the other and accurately judge how close they are to where they're going, because they cannot see the whole forest. They can only see their own path right in front of them. That is exactly what comparison is. Judging your unfinished forest against someone else's unfinished forest, both of you unable to see the full picture of either one. Now let's talk about what to actually do with all of this. Practically, starting today, start by limiting the moments that trigger this comparison in the first place. This doesn't mean disappearing from the world. It means noticing which specific accounts, which specific conversations, which specific habits leave you feeling worse about your own life afterward, and quietly reducing your exposure to them. Protecting your mind from constant comparison isn't avoidance. It's basic self-respect. Next, keep a private, honest record of your own growth. Not for anyone else to see, just for you. Write down even briefly what changed in you this month compared to last month. What you handled better, what you understand now that you didn't before. This becomes evidence, real evidence, that you are not standing still, even on the days it feels that way. Finally, when the feeling of being behind shows up again, and it will, because it's a normal human experience, don't fight it, and don't shame yourself for feeling it. Just remind yourself of one simple sentence. I am not behind. I am on my own path, and it was never supposed to look like anyone else's. So let me leave you with this. You are not behind. You are simply on a path that looks different from the one you expected, moving at a pace shaped by things that were mostly outside your control. The moment you stop measuring your life against a timeline that was never real to begin with, you free up an enormous amount of energy you can finally put toward actually building the life you want, instead of quietly grieving the one you think you should already have. You don't need to catch up to anyone. You only need to keep walking your own path, at your own pace, one honest day at a time. That is not falling behind. That is simply what a real, unscripted life actually looks like. If this meant something to you, you're not alone in feeling this way, and you're exactly where you need to be right now. If this helped, consider staying a little longer. I have more like this coming, and I'd rather you hear it from someone who actually means it. If this helped, consider staying a little longer. I have more like this coming, and I'd rather you hear it from someone who actually means it. If you're new here, this channel is called Withinism. We talk about things like this every week, the struggles nobody says out loud, and how to actually get through them. If this video meant something to you, subscribe, not for me, but for the version of you that might need to hear this again on a harder day. And if you know someone who's been feeling behind lately, send this to them. Sometimes the right words at the right time change everything. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.